to
Hey,
talk.
I love it.
Was it in the cards that you were going to be a prosecutor from when that stuff happened and when you were
Oh
12?
no, just the opposite actually.
Really? Okay.
I always wanted to be like Johnnie Cochran. I wanted to be the biggest criminal defense lawyer that South Florida had ever seen,
Hmm.
and I truly believe that I really could have been that person. 'Cause I have strong roots in the Fort Lauderdale community, and a lot of my current clients, from my shooting victim clients, stem from this community and are because a lot of the shootings happen in Fort Lauderdale and Lauderhill, so this community. So my plan was to come back and represent them, when they're
Hmm.
facing, criminal charges. But when I went to law school and I was telling others of this plan, my trial law professor, who happened to be a criminal defense lawyer up in Tallahassee, his name was Torrey Friedman, and talking to him and his partner, he convinced me. He said, "Listen, some of the best trial lawyers, the best criminal defense attorneys, start off at the prosecutor's office. They get their feet wet, they get experience, or at the public defender's office." So my plan was to join the state attorney's office in Broward County, get my feet wet, learn the ropes about how they prosecute cases, so I could be the best criminal defense attorney that South Florida's ever seen. That was my plan. And when I was a prosecutor working on those cases, I enjoyed it. But then when I would see the lives of criminal defense attorneys and when I would see the type of cases they worked on, their lifestyle, how much they made, all those different things, I wasn't really drawn to it as much. I started seeing, civil lawyers, and I started hearing about these, big firms like Kelly Ustall and Haggard and,
Hmm.
and Skip Campbell's. And when I realized what I really wanted to be, when I looked up to Johnnie Cochran, was, a trial lawyer, someone in trial and a great orator, a great speaker. And I always assumed that you had to be a criminal defense attorney to have that reputation. Then I started realizing that no, some of the best trial lawyers are actually on the civil side. And I had an opportunity to then meet Bob Kelly and John Ustall. And these are trial lawyers in Broward County who's handled huge mega cases against some of the biggest international companies, against General Motors and $300 million verdict against Philip Morris and RJ Reynolds Tobacco. So, I met them and I told them my story and how I wanted to be like them and how I wanted to learn from them. And eventually, they granted me the opportunity to work for them. So I began working for Kelly Ustall in 2017. So I was a prosecutor for 2 years, from 2015 to 2017. May 1st, 2017, I began working at Kelly Ustall, and I learned the ropes. I did personal injury, medical malpractice, tobacco, negligent security, nursing home abuse. I did it all. And I was in the trenches for 5 years at Kelly Ustall. And that's where I put in my work.